Hey guys, welcome to XLookup channel again, and we have covered and completed our text functions and formula module in our channel. So we are going to the next part, which is lookup and reference function in Excel. So you may have heard about Vlookup, HLookup, XLookup, etc. on YouTube videos, which we are gonna cover in this playlist. And today we are starting a new playlist, which is the lookup function in Excel, which we also cover some lookup formulas in Excel. So from this video we are going to start a new playlist, and if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do it, because in upcoming days we're gonna cover so much about Excel, and we are going in a hierarchy way. We have covered the basics of Excel, like printing, like ribbon customizing it, and then we have came to the formula section. We have covered the text functions, references function. Now we are in lookup function, and then we will cover power query in detail, and then VBA pivot table also. So if you haven't subscribed to it, please do it, because you are missing so much information from this channel. So let's get started. So here, this particular sheet looks very basic to you, right? Because it has product code like this, and we have product names to be filled with the help of our lookup functions, and we have sales here, sales number, just random number we have put it in. So we have created a helper table here for Vlookup and for HLookup, and we have some rankings here of some students, and we're gonna find that with the help of index function. So first and foremost, Vlookup. We are gonna cover the Vlookup, which is very famous, and you can find hundreds of videos on YouTube. But if you want to learn that in detail, you should subscribe to this channel. So in this overview video, we're not gonna cover in detail, just give you the overview what this function is about and how do they work. So let's get started to the Vlookup. So here, let's see the arguments of Vlookup. So as name says, Vlookup. So what does the V stands for? Lookup, we know, to look up a value is called lookup. V stands for vertical. What does it mean? Vertical means from top to bottom, as we know in a layman terms. So it looks the value from top to bottom, like vertically, and then looks to the right. Okay, you will find, you got to know when I just done explaining this particular example. So we have a product code here, and you can see we have D001, 2, 3, 4, and there's a repetition of those codes, like 002, 3, and 4, 2, and 1 again. Okay, so we need to fill the product name with the reference value of this particular code in this table. So we have the code name here, right, and the name of the product codes here, like this. So we gonna enter the Vlookup function here to find the product name on the basis of this product code. So let's get started. Let's see what argument does Vlookup have. So Vlookup has these four main arguments. First is Vlookup value. Okay, what will be the lookup value? Lookup value will be D001. This will be the lookup value in which table? This table. Okay, let me repeat it again. So we have a lookup value which is D001 in which table? In this particular table, and we need to fix that table. Okay, we don't want it to overlap when we apply this formula to the rest of the values. Let me tell you how. Let me do it without fixing it, so that you got to know what I'm talking about. Okay, let's skip that fixing part here. So next is column index number. So index number will be second, because we want to relate this value to the name. So first is second, so this will be the column index number. So next is range lookup. Range lookup basically have two options here. True will be the approximate match, false will be the exact match. So in this video we're gonna cover exact match, but when we move forward to the Vlookup function in detail, we will cover both exact and approximate match. So here, when we apply to all, just remember that just we haven't fixed that J5 to K8 in this formula, so it just come just fine, right? So we don't need to fix that value or array. But no, if we apply to all, see, it gives us the error here, because when we see the arguments of D002 here, So we just click on this. So see which table is just overlap the table, because we haven't fixed that first table which we needed. We don't want VLOOKUP or Excel to overlap the values, right? And to fix that, you just don't need to do anything. Just select the value, press F4. Here you have fixed the value and apply to all. So you got your answer here. So that's how VLOOKUP function works. So hope you understand by now. If you understand, please click the like button, because that will boost our confidence. So if you want to practice it, do download our worksheet, which is being linked to this video in the description box, to such that you will practice with me. And if you have questions during the practice, you can ask in the comment box. So let me just erase that. So now we are moving further to HLOOKUP. HLOOKUP, as H is the abbreviation for horizontal. Like in the VLOOKUP, we just look vertically like this. Now in HLOOKUP, we look horizontal like this and go to the next value which we have specified in our formula. So without any chit chat, hope you understand how this VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP works. HLOOKUP is for horizontal and V is for vertical. So let's straight to the HLOOKUP function here. So HLOOKUP will have three main arguments here, which is lookup value, table array, row index number, range lookup. It's very similar to the VLOOKUP. Here we have row index number, which we have the column index number. So lookup value will be the same like this. Now in the table array, we need to select this, and don't forget to fix that with the F4. And now in next, here we have row index number, which is the column index number in the VLOOKUP. So in the row index number, which will be 2, because we need the second row here in the selected table array like this. Now we have the true and false, so we just need the exact match here. Click the tab and close the parenthesis, and there you go, you got your answer. So if we apply to all, you get all your product name from the product code in Excel. So that's how this particular function works, right? So we have covered VLOOKUP, we have covered HLOOKUP, and we also have one more function in lookup, which is XLOOKUP. XLOOKUP has its own advantages, and it's only available in Excel 365, which is the subscription based version of Microsoft Excel in Microsoft website. So if you have Excel 365, use XLOOKUP instead of VLOOKUP, because XLOOKUP is more flexible. We're gonna compare XLOOKUP with the VLOOKUP in coming video, and you're gonna be amazed with how flexible the function is and how it simplifies the lookup functionality of Excel within few steps. Okay, so I'm not going to compare in this video, because this video will be very long if we start comparing it. So I'm just going to cover the basic part and its argument. So let's see what argument does XLOOKUP has. XLOOKUP here, and just select the lookup value like this, which is very similar to VLOOKUP, and the lookup array. So vertical lookup is like this, and XLOOKUP lookup on anywhere or any cell data, whichever you specified in your Excel. So lookup array will be this, right? So first argument is lookup value, which is this. So where does this lookup value has? Like this, right? Just fix that part. And now return array will be this. Just fix it. Remember, I said it has its own advantages. Suppose you have loads of entries in your Excel and you want to cover up all those errors which you may incur in your worksheet while applying these formulas, which is very difficult to do it with the help of VLOOKUP, but in XLOOKUP you can override those with the help of this particular argument if not found. So if not found, you can specify anything like not applicable, like that. And in the next, exact match, yes, exact match. So there's also one more, which is the search mode. So there you have 4 type of search mode, which is search first to last or last to first, whichever comes first. okay. And there's also have a binary search which is sorted ascending or descending order. So you don't need to emphasize on this now, but let's do it search from first to last and close the parenthesis. Let's see. So yes, it gives us the right product name which we needed. So if we apply it to all like this, so now in this let's add new product code to test out that not applicable functionality in XLookup. So hope you understand the Vlookup, HLookup and XLookup in Excel, and which is very important to learn if you are going to work with this type of function in your work life. So in the next part we have more few functions which you need to know as a basics, like a match function. So match function returns the position of a value in a given range. Okay, if you want to find a position of a value in a given range, like we want to find the position of d4 in this particular range, so how are we gonna do that? It's very easy. So lookup value will be this in this particular array. Let me just fix it. And the match type, you can also do it less than, greater than, exact, that's depend upon you. I'm not going to doing anything, just put it like this. So we have the fourth number here. D004 is on the fourth number in our given array, which is J5 to J8. So that's how match works. It just give you the position of particular cell you have selected, which is A5, that is D004. So let me just delete that. So that's how match function works. So now you may be wondering, where does this function applies in real life? See, match function is a helper function which is being used with the other helper function like index. So I have covered the index match versus Vlookup, where we have covered how index match is very powerful as we compare to the Vlookup, which you can find the link in the description box. But that video will be in Hindi. You can find the subtitle in that video to understand it better. So that's where you can use the match function in Excel. So in the next function we have index function. So index function is also very straightforward. Index function returns the specific value in a two-dimensional or one-dimensional range. Okay, now what does two-dimensional and one-dimensional means? So let's just understand what index works. So here we need to find the name of the student name here, which is mentioned first name here. So we have a rank number, which is the drop down list from 1 to 12. Okay, and this will be our helper cell to find the student name here. We can either use Vlookup, or here we're gonna use index. So index have two type of arguments which you can use. Okay, it may be a one, which is array, or it can be a references, right? So here in this I'm just gonna select this whole range here, or you can say array here. So we need to just fix it, and in this we need to select the row number. So row number will be my rank, because 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 will be the row number, which is this particular number, which is the rank here. And in the next part we have a column number to select. So we have a column number 2, because we need to select the 7th rank, which name is who ranked by Moreno. So let me close it down. So see, yes, we got it. And you have created a little tool here, the drop down tool, and it will give you the right value here like this. You just need to select the rank. There you go, 5th is Rodri, and you have created a little tool here while watching this video. So that's how you can use index function in Excel. Okay, so what does it mean by two-dimensional? So this particular function we have put it is two-dimensional. So we have selected the first here, which is the first this, and the second will be this, and we need to find the column number like this, which is the two-dimensional, because we have involved one array, which is the rank array column, and second column is first name, which is the second column. So it is called two-dimensional, and it also works in one-dimensional. Suppose you just want to find, here will be the references, or you can say array, and you find the fifth number of this array, because obviously the ranking starts from the first to 12. So our fifth ranker will be the same which we have used the formula earlier, which is will be the rotary. So we just close it down like this. So we got the rotary. So that's how you can work one dimensional also. So hope you understand between the index two-dimensional function, which is we have involved both these array, or you can say column, and one dimensional, which we have just covered the basic structure selecting this particular array. But remember, this only works when these particular values are in the hierarchical order, like we have the rank from 1 to 12. So that's how you can use index function in Excel. So in next part we have choose function. So choose function is very basic and it's also a helper function, but let me tell you what does choose function mean. Choose function returns a value from a list of values based on a position number. Okay, so let me just create a drop down list here. So to create a drop down list, we go to the data and go to data validation, and we choose the list here and check the source like this, right? And just click OK and OK. So we got the name of our students, right? So now with the help of choose function, we're gonna find the student name. Okay, so let me just type choose function here and see its argument. So it's have the index number, so it just return a value from a list of values. So index number, I just select this. Okay, so you need to select the value here, value 1 2 3 4 5. So you just need to select the value here like this, comma like this, comma like this. You need to select the one by one value. You can also enter it manually. You can also enter it manually like this, new student, just for example. So here we have the number here, which is index number. You can also specify that like 1 2 3 4 etc. based on your requirement. And if we click OK, so we know the fifth number will be the rotary here, right? And if we just select another number, so it will just change it to that particular student name. So hope you understand how choose function works in Excel. I know this video is gone really long, but lookup functions are very vital and you can say very important when you analyze your data, because you may have some criteria to fulfill to extract some sales data from text data and etc. And lookup comes very handy. If you master these lookup functions, you have covered around 40% of your work requirement, because in today's world, even in my office, 50% of my work on Excel depends on the looking up values in our worksheet, because we need to find a transaction value, or we need to find some text data, or we need to find some sales data in Excel. So if you have learned something from this, please click the like button. If you want to share this to your colleague or your friend, you can also click the share button and give it to them. And if you want to learn more about the lookup function in Excel, you can subscribe to this channel. So see you in the next video of lookup and reference function in Excel. Until then, bye bye.